So I think that this is something that continues to be on our plate, but we've like uncovered not only the tip of the iceberg, but we know what's under a little bit about what's underneath. So in thinking about the discussions that we had this morning, about the research that we read, as well as thinking about the past work that we've done and the data that we've looked at, if our focus this year is going to be, I guess this is a question suggestion, if our focus this year is going to be on targeting kids that we're the most concerned about, possibly our low SES students, that those are the kids that we're going to target, pick 2 from each classroom and look at how are we going to make a difference for them. Is there a school-wide goal we could set for us in terms of the work that we'll do around closing the gap for those kids?
We're not particularly looking at a particular curricular area, that we look at strategies to boost those students. So teaching and learning strategies.
Ellie?
I was going to say the same thing, so I wanted to let you know that I agree with you, because I do think that could be a reasonable goal. And I actually, it wasn't an original thought. I was reading in here on the top, and it says, teachers who succeed with at-risk students use these practical strategies and back them up with patience and caring. Well, teaching is all about developing strategies, and so maybe each group would want to figure out, that could be their question. What strategy would we use? And then different groups would take different ones. We could get some information back using lesson studies. So I agree. What would be effective strategies? In this case, to teach all students, and especially at risk.
And so there are essentially three essentially different things, because one says teacher's writing, one says teacher and author, and one says teacher, student, and author. Mm-hmm. So that's significantly different between the three.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if using all three, teachers, students, and authors, is that too big of a research question? Are we talking about trying to do too much? Is what I'm suggesting.
I mean, do we have to be specific? Can't we just say effective modeling such as? I mean, we're talking about those anchor papers.
As one form, that would be probably student. And I think Jane made it clear when she said, did it say teacher? Read it one more time. Teacher, student.
So teacher modeling is the idea that, as teachers of writing, we're going to keep our own notebook and we're going to do some writing in front of the students, using our own personal writing as models for strategies that they can use. The authors is largely, sort of touchstone texts that we read and reread and focus in on different strategies that the author uses that we want the students to take on. And then the students as models is, anchor papers from the binders that Noyce provides, or from our own students, using those as models for teaching strategies to improve writing.
I wonder if it needs to be that narrow at this point, if we can leave it open and as we kind of discuss more, hone in on which we would want to try, or if we can do a combination of both. I don't know if we can leave it open-ended at that point, but is that what you reckon?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if we needed to really get hung up on.
We seem we're in agreement that it's the modeling we want to look at.